early for most of us. I figured we'll kind of get your brains flowing. We're going to have a little couple of questions about our mass producer. So, as you may know, we did Rosalind Gabriel. And so I was just wondering if anyone knew where Rosalind Gabriel's mass campus is located. So we have Rosalino Street, Alpharetta Avenue, O'Connor Street, or none of the above. So, just raise your hand if you think whatever one as I go back through. So who thinks it's A?
No. I think it's A.
Okay. Who thinks it's B? No? Okay. Who thinks it's C? No? Just kidding. Who thinks it's D?
Who don't know?
Okay, well, her mass camp is on O'Connor Street, so it's C. So I'm kind of disappointed with the kids in my class, in our little program. Been there? Because we've been there numerous times. Just saying.
So the next one is, the next question is, how old is she? While doing the interview, she said very proudly her age, and she said that she's not ashamed. So if any brave soul would like to take a guess as to how old she is, we would. You want me to give you an age range? Or no?
No. 60, 68, 63, 62.
Who said 63?
Oh, right
Okay, and then our last question is, did she, true or false, did she win Children's Band of the Year this year?
False.
Only because I feel like you're in the band with us. You
No, I wasn't in the children's band.
Okay. But you played mass with her this year, so you know.
Yeah, I can.
We'll let you get a laugh. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, I'm Tashara Joseph for the visiting people that are here today.
Caroline.
And I'm Ashley.
And today we're going to give a brief narrative about Rosalind Gabriel, who is here with us today. So give her a warm welcome. And as we begin, the title of our presentation is Home Away from Home. And you'll learn what the significance of the title is as we continue. And Ashley, you may begin.
Okay, so let's meet Rosalind Gabriel. She was born August 4th, 1948, hence her age. She grew up on Stone Street in Woodbrook, and she would always, as a child, she would always hear Carnival. And in the interview, she said that, you know, they would hear it, and then all of a sudden you just hear all these doors slamming as all the children ran to the corner of the street to hear like George Bailey's band walk right along the road. She was never allowed to play mass. She has an Iberian family. Her father is Syrian and her mother is Venezuelan. And in the interview, she told us she was a mass producer, not a designer. She comes up with the ideas and the concepts, and then she goes to Roger Myers, who then makes the sketch, and then she produces it. So she feels she's more of a producer than a designer.
So how did she get started? Well, as Ashley mentioned, she was not allowed to participate in Carnival, given that her family it was a very strict Arabian family. So no one basically knew anything about Carnival or what it was all about. But as she got older, she decided to put her son in a band, and I'm not sure if you remember the name of the band.
Well, I can't remember the name, but it was to do with dancers, and I remember he was in the ballet dancing section.
Okay. So her son was in the ballet dancing section at age 2, and dealing with that producer or designer at the time, she gained her first-hand experience working in a mass band, and that basically influenced her interest in producing mass. And she was also influenced by the designers of the time. So as designers that we mentioned before in class, Wayne Berkeley, is that his name? George Bailey, Carly Chan, and Peter Renshaw, of course, can't forget him, and more.
The Hearts.
Right, so having those influence basically inspires how her mass is produced today. And she also mentioned that she has a natural talent inherited from her mother with working with her hands. So I guess that natural talent that she received from her mother is what leads her into creating all these beautiful designs that you will see later. And in addition to that, before producing masks, she also used to create little hair bonnets. She made little ribbons for her wedding and so on. So she's always had that talent for art as a very person.
Okay, so math was important to her because she wanted to explore different aspects of creativity. She felt at the time that the quality, she started in 1989, 1990, that the quality of maths wasn't that good and she felt she could bring something to it. And as Sarsha said, she works well with her hands, getting that from her mother. And she really focuses on her maths ideas are usually related to Trinidad culture and local issues that that Trinidad has seen throughout the years.
Alright, so Rosalind's home away from home. And we titled this mainly because this is what she expressed to me during an interview talking about the mass camp. And what she said was that the mass camp is basically a very comfortable setting, and it's home away from home because back at home, yes, you're home and you're sleeping or whatever, but when ideas just come sporadically, you start thinking automatically about what you want to do. But then when you're in the mass camp and you're working with all the people in the mass camp, you still create that home-like feeling because you're all eating together. They don't like to basically have everyone separated, so everyone is together. And then you also have the setting inside of the mass camp as a whole just seems very warm and welcoming, and y'all can speak to it as well.
Yeah, no, I definitely would agree with that one. I remember when we went in to go get our measurements, I was nervous about getting measured because it's just kind of a girl thing. And she was like, oh no, don't worry, everyone does it, you know, it felt very welcoming. And then people who were working on different projects at the time were willing to just drop whatever they were doing to have a conversation with us, to explain what they were doing, and just kind of be like, oh, where are you guys from? Because obviously we're not from around here, and like, just strike a conversation with us to make us feel welcome and whatnot. And in the interview, she expressed that she loves having an open door policy. She wants family and children to be able to come in anytime they want and to see who they're going to play maths with. And to this day, she hasn't had any like vandalism, so she's going to keep that open door policy as long as she can.
Even the day when we went for the interview, there was a guy named Chiki, one of the designers, and he was so friendly when he cracked in. He didn't even know us. Okay, so we must then produce a lot of fun. A lot. And her favorite from all of those was a pinch of mint. And she liked that because of something Peter Minshall said. That was, oh yes, how he's not in mass this year, and that with her playing this band, he feels like he's in mass. And she was touched by those words. The ideas come from everything in Trinidad, because nothing abroad. It comes from the nature of Trinidad, the culture, the dance, everything. And what she does is, she plays a band that is with everything that is going on at the moment in the country. That is how her bands come along.
Okay, and so we asked her what her challenges were, and one of the big challenges she expressed to us was that because she has an Arab family background, that people think that she shouldn't be able to produce maths because she's not Trinidadian, even though she was born and raised here because her parents were not from Trinidad. We actually have a clip that we would like to play for you guys. That it's her during the interview that expresses that, and kind of hear from us, like our shock and surprise to hear kind of such things that, because she produces such good maths, children.
Please disregard the upside down video. That is me, but it's okay. You will hear it.
But what I know is that China, for me, like, my career from the time I started this question, children who are growing adults now, is the fact that this does not belong to you. Because of where my parents came from, because my parents was born here. I was born here, but I am always considered an outsider. Carnival is not for you, this is not your place. Yeah, so that has always been a challenge right through it. I never let it beat me down, you know, but it has been a challenge. Do people know this? Oh yeah.
And so we just felt like, I know for me, when I heard that, I was extremely shocked to hear that because I've seen the work she's done and it was very impressive to me. And so to hear that, it was kind of just, it was just shocking.
Any thoughts, comments on that particular aspect of, yeah. No comments? We'll continue. Oh, you did?
So just something that just came to me. I mean, positive Trini spirit is this part of resilience that we exude. And it's ironic that they said that she is not part of Trinidad, or she's not to produce, she's not supposed to produce carnival, when in fact she's been winning competitions every year. She's a powerhouse in the mass, and that resilience just exudes every year. So it almost contradicts exactly what they're saying. I just love it.
Thank you. All right, so she will. There are a few things that Rosalind will do, and as we concluded our interview with her, these were some of the highlights of what she said. And one of the very positive things that she had to say was that she will keep on going as long as she has good health and strength. So therefore, she doesn't have a particular age that she's going to stop producing mass or anything of the sort. She doesn't have a time where she's going to retire or nothing. As long as she can keep on going, she will continue to push on.
And then another one of her goals is she would love to produce a large adult band and win it. This year she had, was Exante was her band, and several of the kids in the class got to participate in it. And if she produces that type of work in big bands, I think she will definitely have an opportunity to win large band of the year. And then she also wants to continue producing children's masks because obviously she rocks at it and she's doing really well at it, and I hope she does keep going for it. I would love to be able to one year bring my children back to be able to play masks with her because it was quite an experience for me getting to play masks.
And basically the style of her mask will continue to be portrayed in a very traditional format because the beads and bikini does not have good taste in her mouth at all. So with that conclusion of that part, we'd just like to show you a brief slideshow.
Yes.
We're going to give you a little background. Why not?